Learn how to display the total number of tasks in the to-do list and update it automatically. So let's look at how we can actually show the total number of tasks that any user may have added at any point in time. And to do this, we'll go back into our HTML part and just above the input box. So let's put a p tag with an ID of say total. So the ID for this page, let's call it total. So make it empty. So it's just going to hold the number of tasks at any point in time. So once we've completed this, then let's go ahead and select that ID and just simply say total equals to document.get element by ID. And what are we trying to get? So we are trying to get total. So once we have this, so let's just go ahead and let's add a function to update counter. So let's call it update counter. And inside it, so let's call our variable total, and we can just pass the text content to it. Say, okay, total task. This is just a text string task. Then we call on the task list, which is the number of lists that we have on the page, dot children dot length. So once we have this, then come inside our delete button. So look for this button click, and under it, because we said that we want to count the number of items when a deletion or addition occurs. So we need to pass the counter, and this is where we are appending child. So we need to pass it here as well, so that when we add when we add task, then it will read on the web page. And lastly, let's run it here as well. So let me go ahead and try this. You can see the total number of tasks that we currently have is 0. So let me add some tasks and see if the counter is actually working. I make buy fish, buy chicken. And you can see that as I'm adding task, the total task is operating on top of the input box. And if I delete as well, this should also update dynamically. You can see that deleting one out of the 3 tasks automatically removed one from what we have in the the total task. So successfully we have been able to learn how we can actually show the total number of tasks at any given point in time. We'll notice that initially the total task was set to 0, and after adding 3 tasks it increased from 0 to 3. And this was how we were able to actually control how we can show the total number of tasks on the web page. So if you like, you can go ahead and try and style this if you do not like the look as it is currently. But for me, this is enough. I just want to show how we can actually count the number of tasks on our page, and I don't need any fancy thing about it, just to let me know that it works. So you can decide to put it anywhere on your web page, but in my own case, putting it on top of the inbox feed is okay for me, because this stays close enough to what I'm working on, and I'm able to see the content. So the more tags you add, so it does not matter whether you have 2 or you have 100. So as long as you keep adding or deleting, it will the total task list will keep getting updated automatically, dynamically. And if you delete and then delete and delete, so it will return back to 0. And as soon as you begin to add task again, then it will start counting automatically. So in this lesson, we have learned how you can show the total number of tasks that a user may have added at any point in time, regardless of the number of tasks that they have in their list. Automatically, you can count the number and update it, just as we have learned in this lesson.